gonna have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were gonna have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope, they took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. This is a man's world. I'm the victim. Remember?
This entire mess kicked off when Olivia Henderson, a 23-year-old DoorDash driver working in Oswego, New York, pulled up to deliver Wendy's on October 12th. When she got there, the customer's front door was wide open, and the guy who placed the order was completely knocked out on his couch, stark naked with zero coverage. Most people would have just set the food down and left without a second thought. Not Olivia. She saw this as content gold. She whipped out her phone, filmed the entire scene from the doorway, went home and edited it, then posted the whole thing on TikTok. The video went absolutely nuclear, pulling in millions of views before TikTok yanked it down for policy violations. That's when the real chaos started. After her video got removed, Olivia completely lost it and began claiming the man had assaulted her, despite the fact that he was passed out cold inside his own house the entire time. She launched a full-blown online crusade for an entire week, blaming DoorDash and TikTok for sexism while constantly repeating that the internet was a man's world. The response she got wasn't what she expected though. The majority of people thought filming someone naked in their own home was crossing a major boundary. No matter how wild the situation appeared, people kept warning her that blasting someone's private moments online like that could have serious legal consequences. And spoiler alert, they were completely right about that.
The person who posted in an Oswego courtroom today.
A DoorDash driver showing a customer accusing him of harassment, but getting arrested herself. 2 months later, she's facing the charges.
The Oswego City judge allowing News Channel 9 to record the proceedings. The first look at 23-year-old Olivia Henderson outside her popular TikTok page.
Some of the claims that she had made on social media after the fact were not in fact true.
Investigators determined the man, drunkenly unconscious on his couch, did nothing wrong. But he found out lewd images of him were published for thousands of TikTok users to see. Court documents accuse her of recording, quote, intimate parts without consent when he had a reasonable expectation of privacy. For as talkative as she's been on TikTok until now, she had nothing to say while leaving the courthouse.
Livy, do you want to say anything about what happened?
Investigators looked into everything and determined pretty quickly that the man was passed out drunk and hadn't done anything remotely wrong. Meanwhile, he found out that explicit footage of him had been broadcast to thousands of viewers online. The charges against Olivia centered around recording intimate body parts without consent in a situation where he clearly had a reasonable expectation of privacy in his own home. And for someone who couldn't stop talking on TikTok for weeks straight, she went completely silent the moment she stepped out of that courthouse. Here's what makes this extra absurd. This situation didn't come anywhere close to meeting the legal definition of SA, and considering the man was inside his own residence, it wasn't public indecent exposure either. From Minute 1, this looked less like a legitimate safety issue, and more like someone chasing virality and probably hoping for some kind of financial settlement. Olivia kept suggesting TikTok owed her money from the taken down video and dropped hints about potentially suing DoorDash for wrongful termination. After this thing exploded, internet investigators started combing through her history, and they didn't have to dig very deep. Past posts came back up where she casually bragged about breaking into an apartment she used to rent after getting evicted, treating it like it was nothing. Then another video made the rounds where she openly flirted with a woman who delivered food to her and put the driver's personal information out there, including her actual name. Starting to see a pattern here?
An Oswego DoorDash driver is facing felony charges after police say she recorded video of a customer during a delivery.
23-year-old Olivia Henderson claimed she was sexually assaulted during the incident, but they say that never happened.
Police say Henderson recorded him while he was partially nude, incapacitated, and unconscious on his couch after drinking alcohol.
They say she shared the video on social media, and that's when the man called police.
She recorded him without his consent and then subsequently disseminated those videos.
Timing completely flipped. People started pointing out the blatant double standard and calling her out as a hypocrite who had an established history of filming people, editing the footage, and uploading questionable material purely for clicks and engagement. What began as standard internet drama evolved into something way more real. The mockery stopped once it became clear she was staring down actual criminal charges, not just mean comments. Olivia got formally arrested and hit with charges. The Oswego Police Department released an official statement through their Facebook breaking down what went down. Based on their report, on October 13th, they handled an incident connected to events from the previous night involving a male DoorDash customer who had been naked inside his own place when the driver arrived. Their investigation confirmed that Olivia filmed video of the man, and the evidence clearly showed he was unconscious and incapacitated on his couch from drinking. That finding completely shifted everything and proved this wasn't just some online drama anymore.
So let me just shut up. You know, the videos got taken down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice I'm getting, is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is.
Based on the official police report, the video was filmed from outside the man's home, and Olivia proceeded to upload that content to social media, where it immediately blew up. Throughout all the drama, she kept publicly insisting she had been SA'd during the interaction. After running a thorough investigation though, the Oswego Police Department determined that no SA took place. The man gave investigators his full cooperation and provided an official statement.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. And the police are doing nothing! I lost my job! That was my only way to make money to pay my bill!
When you look at the police findings, it's pretty clear something worked massively in his favor. He most likely had concrete evidence supporting his version of events, potentially ring camera footage, or security recordings that showed what actually happened, maybe even proof that his door got pushed open to capture the video. Whatever evidence he had, it didn't just exonerate him, it turned everything back on her. Over the past few months, this situation has deteriorated rapidly, and none of it's gone her way. What kicked off as viral fame has morphed into an absolute legal disaster. She's now looking at potentially 8 years behind bars. The charges against her include 2 Class E felonies. The first one stems from unlawful surveillance for recording someone inside their private residence without any form of consent.
I was kicked out of this apartment 6 months ago. Nobody is currently living in it. How did I get in? That's a secret I'll never tell.
The second charge carries significantly more weight and deals with the distribution of that footage across the internet. The circumstances are considered aggravated, specifically because the man was completely exposed. Legally speaking, it's treated almost identically to someone secretly recording another person in a private setting, like a peeping Tom scenario. The moment she decided to post that video for public consumption, she didn't just cross the line, she obliterated it.
Milk just dropped off my McDonald's. Thank you, Sue. You have my address. Come back sometime. Come back when your shift's over.
The judge gave Henderson her next court date. It's after the new year, in January. In Oswego, Andrew Donovan, News Channel 9.
That quick hit of TikTok fame was never going to justify what came after. Those temporary views and fleeting internet clout don't balance out against the permanent damage of having a criminal record. Every single day, she recorded herself, cut together clips on her phone, and pressed upload repeatedly, totally convinced she was in the right, and totally convinced she was the one being wronged. But the second law enforcement actually got involved and ran a proper investigation, her entire story fell apart. The facts she presented didn't align with what actually happened, and now she's dealing with very tangible consequences. Eventually, you've got to stop and consider one basic question. If I post this, am I potentially destroying my own future? Could this wreck my career prospects, my opportunities, or straight up land me in prison? And realistically, if the man at the center of this wanted to escalate things further, a civil lawsuit is absolutely still on the table as an option. Olivia showed up to Oswego City Court on December 4th, 2024, where she entered a not guilty plea to both charges. Her next scheduled court appearance is set for January 20th, 2026. She's being represented by the Oswego County Public Defender's Office and hasn't released any public statements since getting arrested. DoorDash deactivated both her driver account and the customer's account during their investigation, clarifying that filming a customer inside their home and broadcasting their personal information publicly is an obvious violation of their terms of service. The whole scenario serves as a harsh reminder that those brief moments of going viral can cost you absolutely everything when you ignore legal and ethical boundaries. Let me know what you think about this entire situation in the comments.